Welcome to today's Explainer, 8th graders. Today, we're diving straight into a fascinating curriculum that tackles what is honestly a real-life superpower, and that's the art of presenting your research purposefully. I mean, think about it. You put literally hours into gathering facts, taking notes, organizing your thoughts, but how do you make sure people actually care about what you found? Well, that is exactly what we're unlocking today, as we look at how this source material teaches you to make all that hard work truly shine.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The power of presentation. 2. Our 3 main presentation modes. 3. Choosing the right format. 4. A quick knowledge test. And finally, number 5, education and biblical morality.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the power of presentation, and why your format matters. And this brilliantly illustrates the curriculum's foundational idea right out of the gate. You see, the source bases its whole approach on Proverbs 15:23, which tells us a person finds joy in giving an apt reply, and how good is a timely word. Think about that for a second. An apt reply basically means having the exact right words delivered in the right way at the right time. The text is suggesting there's an actual genuine joy in communicating your ideas so perfectly that your audience just instantly gets it. So the core why behind all of this is actually really simple. You've got to choose the right format to help your audience understand and remember your research. The lesson emphasizes that if you pick the wrong format, your audience gets confused, they tune out, and honestly, your brilliant research is just totally lost. But when you match your message to the exact right format, it's like magic. Your audience effortlessly comprehends all that hard work you put in. Moving on to section 2, 3 main presentation modes. Think of this as your presentation toolkit. All right, the very first tool in that kit is the digital presentation. This is where you're using slides, images, charts, or videos to really combine your words with strong visuals. Now, when is this your best tool? Well, it's absolutely perfect when you need to explain complex ideas visually. It's especially great for a big crowd or when you're sharing your work online. If you need your audience to literally see the data to believe it, digital is for sure the way to go. Our second tool is the oral presentation. This is when you are speaking directly to your audience. No big screens doing the heavy lifting for you. And this mode is incredibly powerful because it creates an immediate, very personal connection. It is ideal for speaking to a smaller group, like your class, because it allows you to read the room and answer questions in real time. Your passion and your voice are totally the main instruments here. And that brings us to our third tool, the written presentation. Think of a beautifully structured report or a well-crafted article. This is the absolute best choice when your audience needs to sit down, read the information on their own time, and maybe refer back to it later. If your research is just packed with deep, heavy details that people need to study at their own pace, you definitely want to hand them a written document. It creates a lasting record of your work. Okay, section 3, choosing the right format. Let's talk about making the best choice. You know, it really all comes down to this single golden guiding question. I want you to ask yourself this every single time you get a new assignment. How will my audience best understand and remember my main points? Seriously, before you open a slide deck or before you write a single paragraph, just stop and ask this question. Put yourself right in their shoes. Okay, let's dive into this because this beautifully matches relatable middle school scenarios to their perfect presentation modes. Take a look at the first one, a science fair project on water filtration. You're going to need to show before and after photos, right? Maybe some charts of water purity. Well, that completely demands a digital presentation. Now, what about summarizing the civil rights movement? That's a topic full of deep human emotion and powerful history. An oral, 5-minute speech allows you to actually convey that passion and connect deeply with your classmates. And finally, explaining new recycling programs for a school newsletter. People need to know exactly which bin to use on which day. That requires a written 2-page report so they can just stick it on their fridge and refer back to it. Makes total sense, right? Now, a key takeaway here is that we aren't just talking about school skills. The curriculum emphasizes that these are lifelong, real-world skills. Choosing the right mode of presentation is prepping you for the real world, where ideas get shared in so many different formats. Your oral class presentation today, that becomes a powerful business pitch tomorrow. A written homework report turns into a critical community meeting brief, and that digital slide deck becomes a high-stakes online report for your future career. Mastering this stuff now, in the 8th grade, literally puts you miles ahead of the game. All right, section 4, let's test your knowledge with a quick homework review. We've got 5 homework questions here. Let's just rapid fire through them. First, name the 3 modes. Boom, you should immediately be thinking digital, oral, written. Second, what's the best mode for a school board presentation and why? Well, think about it. You're in a large room full of busy adults, so you probably need a digital presentation to show them clear, bold data. Third, what's one advantage of an oral presentation? It's that personal, real-time connection we talked about. Fourth, when is written better than digital? Basically, whenever your audience needs to take the info home and study it deeply. And fifth, how does the audience affect your choice? Honestly, it dictates everything. You have to build the bridge the exact way your audience needs to cross it. If you answered those confidently, you're doing absolutely fantastic.
Finally, Section 5, Education and Biblical Morality. Let's look at the bigger picture. So, the crucial point the HeroesMart Academia curriculum introduces here is this really vital philosophy. Education without morality will hurt. They argue that, hey, you can have the absolute best digital, oral, and written presentation skills in the world. You can be the smartest person in the room. But academic brilliance without a moral compass, that ultimately causes harm. The lesson emphasizes that if your amazing communication skills are used to deceive people or tear them down, well, your education just became a weapon rather than a tool for good.
To back this up, the source text highlights a passage from Romans 8, 6-7, pointing out that peace of mind comes to those who keep their mind spiritual. The curriculum uses this specific verse to show that when education and character work hand in hand to truthfully help and inform others, they create harmony. It frames this whole concept as a way to gain profound peace of mind, basically aiming your heart in the exact right direction alongside your academic growth. And the curriculum leaves us with this pretty provocative question to carry through our week. What is the point of being smart and supposedly educated if we just continue making bad choices that hurt ourselves and others? It directly challenges you to see that the ultimate goal isn't just to be a great presenter, it's to be a great presenter who speaks truth with wisdom. It's a challenge to combine those sharp academic skills with godly wisdom. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep practicing those presentations, and I'll see you next time.